What is going on, all you lovely people out there watching on the interwebs? Welcome back to the only fraternity in the world that talks about fragrances, the Fragrance Fraternity. Appreciate you being here. Go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button if you like fragrance content. Just go ahead and do it. Don't even worry about it. Just a couple clicks. Let's talk today about performance, long lasting, going all night. No, I'm not talking about the bedroom. I am talking about your fragrance when you need it to just work throughout your day, when you got only a couple sprays that you need to last throughout your workday. I got you covered for the summer. Let's get started here with Acqua di Gio Profundo. Good old Profundo. Don't know if you can see that dent, but it's around here. Definitely put in some good use into this. I believe it's a 4.2 ounce bottle. Lovely profile that is somewhat reminiscent of the original ADG, the best selling fragrance in the US of all time, but a little bit more modernized, a little bit more of a blue fresh take, a little bit more of an Ambroxan take. It still has that C note, airy freshness that we all love. It does have a bit of this minerality to it, so I would recommend you get your nose on this one first because that minerality is not necessarily for everyone. It's still a designer fragrance. It's still approachable. This is not like a Tom Ford Oud Mineral or something crazy like that, but it does have that nuance to it, which not everybody gets down on. I absolutely love it. I think it just basically makes you smell like you're at the ocean, and I really get the essence of what they're going for with Acqua di Gio Profundo. One of the best blue fragrances on the market. It's a popular one for good reason. All right, next one we have is Guerlain Immortal. Man, do I love this fragrance. This is a clone of Louis Vuitton's L'Immensité, and this is my most complimented fragrance in my entire collection. Just goes to show you that price is not always the most important factor when you're out and about, and if people noticing and giving you a compliment is something that you think about, or I mean, we all like to get complimented, right? We all like it. So this one has got this really citrusy forward type smell. It has a very nice ginger kind of spiciness to it. It's not overly complicated. It has a little bit of grapefruit as well. It is sort of similar to that Bulgari Tiger DNA, but not as grapefruit prominent, more so focused on like a bergamot citrus and that ginger spice. Does have a lot of performance, that's the topic of this video, but I have a distinct memory. I sprayed like maybe 6 or 7 sprays on, and I was outside all day and the wind was blowing. It was a crazy windy day, and then later for dinner I met up with someone, and they gave me a compliment on my fragrance and said that they were smelling it very prominently still. So this one will definitely last, and if you spray it on your clothes, you can just forget about it. You're going to smell it all day long. Guerlain Immortal, Maison Alhambra. Absolutely love this one. Do not pick it up by the cap. It is magnetic, but it's kind of weak. All right, next one up we have is Camuto Homme Intenso. I don't hear anybody talk about this one because it was pretty dang hard to find for a while. I have been seeing it pop up more and more, so I'm ready to bring it into the light. I don't like really mentioning stuff you guys can't get, and if I do, I apologize. It's not intentional. The Intense Flanker is a truly intense flanker. If you smelled the original, it takes the original, it just goes a little bit more of like a woody presence to it. It definitely has more of a prominent tone to it, not as fresh and airy as the original Camuto Homme. It still maintains that gin and tonic type of scent profile. It smells very put together. I think it smells very professional. I think it's the perfect fragrance to wear to work, and doesn't come across overly mature, overly youthful. I think a wide age range and a wide kind of fragrance preference. If you like, it appeals to a wide group of people is basically what I'm trying to say. But beautiful kind of gin, sparkly vibe about this one with a strong like woody dominance and presence. Masculine, fresh, professional. Great fragrance. Camuto Homme Intenso. Next one up we have is from the house of Makin Scents, and they make some really great inspired by fragrances as well as some originals. This is called Grape Ape, and this is grape soda in a bottle. If you're not a big fan of grape Powerade, of grape soda, of grape crush, things of that nature, you're probably going to want to skip this fragrance. But I like grape. It's not my favorite flavor per se, but from time to time I like to dabble into the grape world. and I was really impressed. This fragrance was pretty much everything that I hoped it would be. I would caution you, if you get this in and you spray it initially, you do get a little bit of that kind of cough medicine smell to it, which a lot of people have that negative association with grape, which is why they don't really like to wear grape or drink grape as much. And you do get that here in the opening, but let that just kind of subside and dry down. In 30 minutes or so, you really are left with this sparkly, effervescent grape soda type thing. And I'm willing to overlook that opening because it is such a great performing fragrance that there was no way that they could give it the performance that it has without having it carry a little bit of that great medicinal vibe, just because it's so strong when it comes off. This one, I was 4 or 5 hours into the wearing. I had a friend come over and he could smell me from across the room. This one is no slouch. Performance is something important to you. If you think a grape soda type smelling fragrance is something that might interest you, check out Grape Ape for Making Sense. I think this 17 ml is like 25 bucks, and these 17 mls, they go a long way. Next one up we have is from Afnan. This is Turathi Blue. A weird bottle style because this one always is top heavy. It's always falling over. It's not ideal, but the fragrance inside is great. I did have the chance to smell the Bulgari Tiger, which is what this is going after, about a month ago, and I was just shocked at how close that this smells. If anything I got from that experience, it's dang. Turathi Blue is amazing. I had even a greater appreciation for it after smelling real Tiger. Yeah, that one has more of a citrus dominance going on. It has a little bit more nuance and the quality is better, as you'd expect. But for the 30 some odd dollars that you can get Turathi Blue, I think I'm just going to stick with Turathi Blue, to tell you the truth. I really don't see the need to go out and buy Tiger. Cool thing about this bottle is the cap is pretty heavy, which is more than you usually get when you're in this sort of price range, which is nice. But yeah, this is another one that's really mass appealing. I think just your everyday non-frag head type person is going to really love the way this smells. Prominent grapefruit and nice and and dry down as well with good lasting power. Turathi Blue. Next one we have is from the house of Prada. This is my go-to dumb reach fragrance when I'm not even in the mood to like pick a fragrance or want to think about what I want to wear too much. I usually keep this one in the front of the collection. Prada Lunar Rossa Carbon, such a great dumb reach, works all year round. It does work in the summer as well. So this one is Prada's take on Sauvage. You may already know that. It is more lavender focused. It removes the black pepper, it kind of rounds it out, and it does infuse a little bit of that Prada soapiness, which is basically their signature to put in all of their fragrances. I will caution you guys, even though this is kind of inspired by Sauvage EDT, don't wear this one on the hottest of hottest summer days. I did have one experience. I was in the car with a friend of mine and I had this on. We were doing a little bit of day drinking, and I don't know if that was part of it. Probably was, but I just caught myself feeling like this one was just weighing me down a little bit. And yeah, not sure if that was the fragrance or if I was just kind of like coming down off the alcohol a little bit. Whatever it was, I would just say save this one maybe for the nighttime, or just wear it in the beginning of summer before it gets super, super hot. There is somewhat of like it's not a creaminess, but it does have like a heft, a little bit more of a heft to it than Sauvage EDT. So I think it was the lavender really that was causing that. But with all that aside, this is one of my most worn fragrances. This is a big bottle. This is a 5 ounce. I got a sweet deal on this. I think I paid like $100 for this 5 ounce. And you see the dent. Basically one of my signature scents. I wear it like top 5 most worn in the collection. It's a beautiful fragrance. Works for everything. It's very dumb reach. Very easy to wear. It's great. All right. Enough about that one. Next one we have is another affordable fragrance from the house of Hollister. Another hidden gem. This is Festival Night. You can see this one out at the rack stores. And if you like ginger fragrances, I think you should scoop this one up. It is super solid. It does have a little bit of like this teenager type young scent profile to it, but that really doesn't bother me. I think this is a great smelling fragrance. Lasts a crazy amount of time. The performance is really just crazy on this one for the price that you can get. And you really do have to be a fan of ginger because that is the most prominent thing here. This is kind of Hollister's take on Lom EDT, or at least somewhat similar to it. Not exactly the same, but in that vein. The ginger is very prominent, and if you want to get your nose on a pretty solid ginger fragrance that lasts a long time, Festival Night, is a pretty good option to go with. All right, next one. We got 3 more. Ready for the top 3? I am with not Mahir Legacy. Sublime. See, I'm getting all excited trying to be funny and I'm screwing up. Stick to the script, bro. All right, Lattafa Sublime. Kind of matches my shirt today. That's pretty cool. This is a clone of KLE's Eden Juicy Apple, and this is a unisex fragrance. I'm going to tell you right off the bat. This is fruit punch in a cup with rose. Shout out Dedrick Hicks Jr. He came up with that, and everyone's just been copying him because he nailed it. It's basically what this smells like. It's got a very prominent red apple. If you enjoy the way that the apple comes across in YEDP, you're going to enjoy the way the apple comes across here. I had one experience where I was wearing this, and a couple hours into the dry down, I kind of found myself thinking, like, was I wearing YEDP today? I thought I was wearing something else, but I'm smelling YEDP. I'm like, oh, that's not YEDP. That's the apple from Sublime. And I made that connection that those 2 apple notes come across similar. Not the whole fragrance, just the apple note. But apple's my favorite fruit. It might be yours as well. If you enjoy a nice juicy apple note, if you're not afraid to wear something a little fruity, something that straddles the line of unisex perfumery, if you're cool with that, check this one out. It does have a little bit of like this shampoo vibe too, which not everyone's a fan of. I love the way that this one smells. I think it's just a fun, just a casual, having a good time fragrance. You kind of want to smell like an apple or whatever. You're not trying to take yourself too seriously. You can go with Sublime. Doesn't touch the quality of the original, but then again, none of the clones really do. But for what this is, it smells great, and you can get it in like the low 20s now. It's really gone down in price. So Sublime from Lattafa is the number 3. All right, 2 more. Classic here, Versace Dylan Blue. You've heard about it. You probably have it. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it lasts a long time, and it's perfect for summer. Wear this one to work. Wear this one when you're just chilling. Super versatile. Smells great. Grapefruit opening, citrusy, and yeah, classy. I mean, it's got that Versace kind of swag to it, and you're just always going to feel good wearing this one. One of the best blue fragrances out there, especially with the price and the quality. The value is crazy. Dylan Blue, it's pretty much a staple in every Fragheads collection. So if you're looking to get into fragrances, you don't really know where to start, this is one of the best fragrances to start with. Just see if you like blue fragrances. This is a really good one to test the waters. All right, last one. This is a fragrance that I ranked as my number 1 blue fragrance. And I'm bringing it back here for this performance list with YSL Lom Parfum. Damn, this one is sick. This is a sexy fragrance. This is a blue fragrance. This is a violet leaf fragrance. This has some of that Loam DNA in it. It has a sparkle and a shine. It kind of has a little bit of the YEDP sweetness in there. It's kind of like YEDP meets Loam. It's very modern. It's got that blue and Broxton type freshness going on here. There's a lot to love with Lom Parfum. My only regret is that I didn't buy the 100 ml of this bottle because I absolutely love it. I treasure this stuff. I think it's still my favorite blue fragrance. It's not one that I wear all the time. I like to change it up, but when I do wear it, it is an experience that I highly recommend that you partake in, or at least get your nose on. It's at the time when it came out, it kind of got overlooked because there were so many good blue fragrances coming out, and there still are. It's a very competitive space to be in the blue fragrance category, but this is one that gets really overlooked and slept on, and I think it is just magical. I love Lom Parfum. Lasts a long time. Great in the summer, great in the heat, and has some class to it as well. Lom Parfum. That's rounding out today's list. Let me know in the comments below what is a fragrance you're going to wear this summer that has some serious performance. Love to hear about it. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for smelling good. And thank you for being awesome. I know you guys smell good, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time at the Fragrance Fraternity. Keep it real, keep it positive, keep smelling good.